Been thinking on all that we learned.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How?
I don't know how his plot fits together, but we'll stop him. It seems he's a servant of Bane. His Catheric served Merkel. Who knows what powers he's gained since you knew him. We'll find out when we get to Baldur's Gate.
I'd never have protected a Baneite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast.
No, why are you yelling at me? What the fuck?
Die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him.
Holy dude. We'll do it together, whatever it takes. Careful, car, like you're burning up. Not if I kill him first.
He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
Alright.
Beyond the horizon.
What was Bill doing here?
I can't help but feel like I've been fumbling in the dark for too long. I've just had a lit torch thrust into my hands.
What are you talking about? You seem to be in a good mood. I thought you might be more subdued after coming close to blowing up. We're not out of the shadow curse woods yet, Gale. Give him a chance.
The crown! The one the Elder Brain was wearing. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete. I didn't even recognize it at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power. The ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it.
Back up a little. Why is this crown so important all of a sudden? You nearly killed yourself back there. Perhaps take a moment. I'm not so sure you owed any you're owed any favors just now. Nick's old dude, thank you for the 5-month early, man. Sorry I missed that for a bit. Welcome back. Happy Saturday.
That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep. Sorcerous Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can.
Why would a Baldurian magic shop be the first place we look? So you just want to go shopping? Let's get to Baldur's Gate first of all. Sounds like an excellent idea. No, Gale.
Ha! Sorcerer's Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. I mean, Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
All right.
How can I help?
I'm just seeing if they have anything after their initial follow-up dialogue.
Oh, hi.
Tell me more about your relationship with Gortash.
He got his claws into me early. I was a wild kid, brawling my way through the city. One of my mates got wind of a bit of work guarding some indoorsy type with lots of enemies. Seemed like easy money, so I went in for it. He took one look at me and said I was perfect. I like that. Not like that, you know. Just... it felt like a good fit.
Our face is
I
unbelievable
kept him
right now.
safe, and he paid me well. Well enough to move my folks into a better neighborhood and put something away for the future. My future. I respected him. Trusted him. And he returned that trust, that respect. His life was in my hands, and I took that seriously. The whole thing with Zariel happened so fast. I had no idea what had gone down until it was over. One minute I was in Baldur's Gate, a happy, healthy, not quite kid. The next, I was burning up in Avernus with an engine for a heart. Zariel laughed. Said she paid him well for my services. She'd wanted to test her new machine, and he said I'd be able to handle it. He was right. Sometimes I wish he weren't. Evil, evil bastard.
She seems okay.
What are you thinking about?
Sex. So about me and Will. What's it matters that I don't want to discuss.
I'm
Dude,
sorry.
she's still emo after all that? Fuck me, dude.
I have to keep going.
Go away, says the NPC.
Ketheric is dead. Balthazar is dead. Isabel. Sweet Isabel is no more. But we live. We live at the mercy of the gods.
Interesting pause.
Even I, immortal, have no guarantee of days to come. We must remain vigilant and grateful.
Do they ever
I
take
will
showers?
join
They
your
do.
camp tonight.
After sleeping.
There we will discuss the spirals of time, past and future. And we will make merry in the present, wherein we reside.
I have questions now.
They will keep. Let us first retire to a more restful place. Your camp will do.
I don't think so. Our journey together ends here.
You certainly will. And you, Sharon. Cleric of the Lady of Loss. Who is so much more than she appears.
Shadowheart POV.
You and Dame Aylin have dangerous ground to tread. We will cover some small part of it soon.
Good. Whatever you think you know about me had better be worth it. You've already cost me dearly.
Alright. She really doesn't like our pet.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Our enemies spread like rub rot. Treat one patch, and two more bloom in its place. An elder brain, bound by lost Netherese magic, with servants of the Dead Three holding the chain. Reminds me of old times.
You don't seem like you're enjoying yourself. You've tangled with the Dead Three before. Spent a lot of time in Mind Flayer colonies, have you?
Extensively. Mind flayers, too. But I never dreamed of seeing gods and Illithids working in consort. It is most disturbing. But take courage. We have killed a man who
Yeah,
could
she's
not
hot.
die, and stripped the Absolute's army of its general. You have a nether stone, and you're on the scent of two more. These chosen have reason to fear you, and I would like to be at your side when you confront them.
Don't the Harpers need you? You want to join me? I'll be glad to have you by my side.
The city needs me. The Harpers know their
Bro,
tongues,
she shouldn't have these dialogue options, man.
and I know my calling. I thought my grand adventures were behind me, but I should have known better. My place is with you. You ventured into the heart of darkness when I could not. When we reach Baldur's Gate, there will be even darker paths to tread. I will follow you wherever they lead.
Join me now. No, she can't because
You're
Galen-
amply reinforced already.
Oh, they're proof.
I'll let the new blood
Gale
do all
proves
the
he's the one
running
who's going to get
around.
replaced, maybe.
For now. With the Absolute's army gone, the Risen Road should be clear. We can follow it all the way to Baldur's Gate. There's a Harper's safe house in Worm's Crossing. Denthalen's Dancing Axe. We do well to check in with them before entering the city proper. Beyond that, our course is yours to set.
Also empty and
I can
sad.
recall how to take orders, as well as give them.
Yeah, where are the Harpers?
If you have business to conclude before we march, have it done. The road to Baldur's Gate is long, and the city needs us.
I don't know if, like, I'm a little torn. Wait, what's Bill doing here?
The shadows yet fester. The dead three united under cover of darkness. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls?
Or I don't know. Why are you here? Just to fucking riddle me? Forget that. What are you doing here, Withers? These abominations are so surely. I'm not sure. Don't all living things? Admit, I haven't thought about it. What are you doing here, Withers?
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternal.
He's such a weird character. Such like an interesting
I shall
character.
ask yet again. Do
He's like Giga
illithids
strong, but like he's just some like
possess
random little
souls?
side dude. He reminds me of the fucking. He reminds me of like the merchant in Resident Evil 4 and 8. Just like this like weird figure that's like seemingly super powerful, but just kind of does mundane tasks on the side. I'm not sure. Don't all living things?
No. Nor canst thou count mind flayers among them. Yet, the three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services.
P planning, is there more you can tell me? Isn't there more you can tell me?
No.
You seem to know a lot about the Dead Three.
Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished, as one and as three. The alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
Leave. Okay. So is there a way back there if we want? The cat's been sleeping this whole time. Kind of curious. So I'm a little torn because, like, I don't know. In my mind, I was gonna replace Gale with a druid to see, but I'm kind of like, I don't know. We've come so far with Gale's story now. I'm not sure what to. I'm not sure if I want to replace him. It seems like he's gonna play a major part coming up with the brain and the crown, whereas Jaheira's arc didn't like end, but you know. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna at least level her up to see, because I know you can't go back down here. I'm at least gonna like level her up to see what kind of abilities and stuff she has. I definitely don't want her as, I think she's a fucking moon druid or whatever right now. Either way, it looks like we have to go back to camp.
Here we go.
Alright, Dylan. You have one more whiskey? Num num num. Like the whiskey cola things you drink? So sipping mine. Boom, ba ba doo. Does she have anything else to say? She's just chasing because of the pet. Yeah, the pet is weird. That pet bug, you're right. I never noticed it until now because I usually don't walk around with a pet. She won't even talk to me now. Did I manage to free the prisoners in the tower? In a sense. Let's just say their souls are free for good.
If you the road in the city needs us.
Wait, she can trade?
If you, the road in the city needs us.
Can I switch them around? Yeah. Well, but what I'm saying is it's also from like a story perspective. That I have some interest in Gale. I didn't really, but like we've come so far kind of thing now. Rev says no Overwatch.
Leave the heart of the Absolute alive. Thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies.
I already have allies, I know. That's why I just recruited Jaheira. When the flags have been lost, I want to send others to I don't want to send others to their deaths. I don't need allies, I have you.
You have the makings of a leader. Your actions have already inspired those around you. Jaheira's wisdom will be an asset to you on the journey ahead. Her Harper's too. But if we are to succeed, we will need others.
Will there be any more left when we arrive? Anyone left when we arrive in the city? I'll seek allies in the city. I'll think about it. I'll build an army to rival that of the Absolute.
Even if the buildings are demolished, there are always survivors. There are always those who will fight. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
I still don't like fully trust her.
The gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive before the Absolute's forces. Ketheric may be gone, but the shadows remain. On our guard.
Rev said no Overwatch last night. Yeah, no, I just, I have this weird rule. It's a little silly. I didn't think I'd have to ever put it in effect, but I don't play Steam games that have below 10% user score, so. And unfortunately, Overwatch is at 9%, say 91,000 people. I was really looking forward to it too, but I don't know. I think I'll sit this one out, chat. I think I'll sit this one out. I mean, probably we'll do a long rest, obviously. Lots of RP looks like it needs to happen at camp right now. Vala has become a most loyal ally? What? Dude, the dude gouged my eye and we haven't seen him since like Act 1 or whatever. Rescue the Duke, free the artist. Man, Temple Worms Crossing. Alright. Alright. He gave you the better eye? True. Let's go to camp. Does anyone have anything to say before we go into night mode here? I guess not. I should talk to them anyways. Rip Halson.
There you are. I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation. Come closer.
But I'm right here. Stay back, ready to defend yourself. What is it?
Feel my voice rattle your bones as I proclaim our victory. Moon Maiden Selûne, hear me. Ketheric Thorm, traitor, apostle of Merkel, is dead at last. Blessings upon the slayer of the Wicked One.
I couldn't have done it without you. I'd have taken gold over a prayer. Where's the silver light, the moon magic? Couldn't have done it without you.
We are a powerful party indeed. Faerun itself trembles at our touch.
You seem to know things about Shadowheart. When will you tell her? How do you intend to spend your newfound freedom? You should join my camp permanently. We can fight the powers of evil together. I have questions for you, Dame Aelin.
In due time. Mother Selûne will tell me when the time is right. Painful truths should be handled with some decorum. My resplendence honors yours.
How do you intend to spend your newfound freedom? You should join my camp permanently.
Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the Chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low.
How do you intend to spend your newfound freedom?
I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
I have questions for you.
Ask, and I will tell.
Are you really Selûne's daughter?
Do I not radiate with my mother's brightness, her glory? There can be no doubt. I am of her silvered flesh, her celestial womb.
Okay, okay, calm down. Would your mother be willing to aid us in the fight against the dead 3?
Why, she already has. She has brought her sword to your side, Dame Aelin. So mighty are her wonders, her great wisdom. Together, we will set this fair land free of tyranny and murder.
Oh, full of herself, chat. How'd you become trapped in Shadowfell?
Ketheric Thorm, father of my one and only love, enslaver of Dame Aelin. Ketheric Thorm never did trust me, even when he worshipped the Moon Maiden. He was threatened by my love for Isabel, by her love for me. When she died, curse the day, the hour, we each of us mourned bitterly. But Ketheric's pain could be touched by no aid, no boundary. He turned to wretched Shah, the Lady of Loss, for relief. And she whispered into his ear, poisoning his mind. He and his loathsome advisor, Balthazar, lured me into the Shadowfell, claimed they'd found someone in need of my aid. There, they trapped me in their infernal cage. I was killed, murdered, made dead over and over and over by justiciars of every make and kind. I was reborn, for it is my nature. And Ketheric fed upon my immortality all the while.
Interesting.
But lo, the brute is dead.
So even if Shadowheart went dark path
live.
and killed her, she wouldn't have actually killed her. But like we didn't know that at the time.
My resplendence honors yours.
I have questions.
Pray, ask, and I will tell.
Are you really Selûne's daughter?
Do I not? There can be no doubt.
We got everything out of that. She sounds upset slightly.
To Baldur's Gate. Voss will be waiting in this Sharess's caress.
Man, I miss sex.
Need something?
What's on your mind?
I don't think anything anybody has. Oh, Will has something. Oh, wait, is she still emo?
I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Oh yeah, we need to talk to Will about his hottie titty girlfriend.
Oh, hi.
Oh and the Pact.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain,
Oh, yeah,
Father
and his
could
dad.
wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking.
Ben would be dead.
We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun.
The Absolute's cult has Ravengard. Where will they take him?
Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them.
What do you know about Gortash and Orin?
Orin? I'd never heard tell of. But Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like.
True. Zora said you can say. Zora said you can say what led to your pact in exile. It's time I know the whole truth.
Yes, but first, a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it?
I'm not sure. What about you, Illidan? I'd give my life if it meant keeping the residents safe. I wouldn't give up my soul if that's what you're getting at. The place could burn to cinder for all I care.
I could never be so disloyal to Baldur's Gate. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move.
The cult of the dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat and intend to summon her to Faerun.
Bro, there's so much lore in this game. So many ways they can go for DLCs and future games and stuff. The cult of the dragon had infiltrated Baldur's Gate. To what end? Grand Duke left a mere boy in charge? That can't have gone well. Not until we'll continue the story.
A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened.
Allow Will to share his memory with you.
In the looming shadow of the mound,
Will approves.
5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizura's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul, and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city.
Surely Mizora doesn't care about Baldur's Gate. Why would she want to save it? A brave choice and a frightening one. You took on 25 cultists on your own? I find that hard to believe. What about your father, the Grand Duke?
She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie.
Bro, still haven't found Mole. I just thought about that. After she got carried away from the inn, right? Sacrificing yourself to save the city was a brave thing to do.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed.
It was brave what you did for the city. Is that how you lost your eye in the battle of the Cult of the Dragon?
It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her.
The lower dark? Even lower than the underdark. It was brave what you did for the city.
I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was
right. What about
right.
your father, the Grand Duke?
He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word. Go. So I did.
Damn, man, all their stories are ramping up now.
I understand.
You must have been furious at your father for throwing you out of the city.
No, never.
All the character stories are ramping up, which is another reason, like, you want to do playthroughs to see different storylines.
I invited a devil into our midst.
I'm kind of curious about his story, how it's going to end up with his dad, but I don't want to party with him right now.
And Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither.
Do you miss your father? You're too terrible. If I were you, I'd never have forgiven him. Suppose I can't blame him. For all he knew, you'd sprout horns any second. If I were your father, I'd have killed you on the spot. He did you a favor by exiling you. Holy shit, dude.
Resentment is a poison on one's heart.
Some of these responses are
the only
brutal.
way to avoid damage is to pour it out.
Do you miss your father?
More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to.
Leave. Alright. I think we're good for nighttime chats.